Hi everyone. So earlier today I had to go to Walmart to get some mouthwash Miranda ran out of, and while I was there I was like, oh, I recently ordered a sewing machine, what am I talking about? A knitting machine. The kind that had been going viral, I guess, for a little while. And I had a video really a long time ago on my old channel that had like 500,000 views on how to use like a knitting machine, but it was more of like a child type toy. And people would always really watch that video like right after Christmas or like Christmas Day and thereafter, because obviously they were getting those kinds of gifts. And so it was really fun, but it was a kid's, toy kind of. And whenever YouTube started changing all their rules with whatever was going on with kids and all this stuff, I was like, I'm just gonna take it down. I don't want that video on my channel. So the one I picked up recently, actually I picked up an Addy one, and then just like a basic like Centro, but like even cheaper than that type. So I'll have some reviews on those coming up. But I was like, oh, let me see what they have as far as yarn, because maybe I was looking for this tweed kind of yarn, but at Walmart they only have a small selection. And then I came across this Hello Hobby stuff. Now I don't know if I just haven't been looking at this or what, as far as Walmart, because I've never seen it, and apparently it's been out for at least a year, because I looked to see if there was anybody else with a die cutting tutorial review, because if there was, I wasn't going to spend the money. So in this video I picked up a few different items of that brand, Hello Hobby, and I also have the die cutting machine. Now it is kind of a big box, but it's not that big, so if I can get it in here I will do that. Otherwise I'll reposition everything to see it in a different way, so you guys have a better view, because I know this is as high as this gets, and people will complain about that. They leave me comments like, can you make your view higher? If I could, I would. Promise you. If I have something really big, and I would have done that. It's this camera, it's a newer one, and it just doesn't have the biggest view. It's so weird, because it takes pictures in a larger format, but it doesn't do the video with a larger view, which is weird. And I've messed with it so many times. And then also my arm only goes up so high as far as my tripod. So we'll see. I might have to reset up, but I really don't like doing that in the other room, But anyhow, so yeah, so I did see that people have like a review of maybe their sewing machine. So I guess this Hello Hobby, that's what it says here, makes a sewing machine. This happens to be their quilling kit. It was less than $9. It was like 8 something. I mean, just for the box and some of the stuff in here, I'm like, yeah, $8. Why not? Because I can see there's like a pokey tool in here. There's tweezers. There's pins. It comes with the glue. I'll do a whole video on this later. It even comes with like a little precision tip bottle, so you can switch into there. Obviously the stuff for the quilling. I mean, it has like a cork mat. Everything in here looks really great. It does say made in China, of course. And then for Walmart, right? This is 2021 Walmart. Hello Hobby is a trademark of Walmart. Now, what's interesting about that is that this Hello Hobby, on my little short video I made when I was there, they have the We Are Memory Keepers Precision Press, and it's basically this one. Oh, I was gonna say, where's the top? It was in my hand. This guy, I have too many precision presses, you guys. I need to destash. I mean, I literally have probably 15 of these different types. They have this one, and it's $20 and like some odd cents, and you can find it on their website too, on walmart.com. It looks exactly like this. It doesn't say We Are Memory Keeper or We Are Precision Press Advanced. It says, Hobby, or Hello Hobby, excuse me, Hello Hobby. So, which makes me feel like maybe American Crafts, I think, bought We Are Memory Keepers, and then, or however, but it's like an umbrella company, because it's very similar, the packaging, some of the style looks very similar. I just feel like that's what they've done, and then they just sell it for a lower price, with the Walmart kind of in mind. And I know they do that, like my brother, he works at different fruit companies. He's been the like operations manager at one for like ever, and then now he's working at another place, and they'll change the label and then they sell it for a lower price than if it was somewhere else, right? So things like that, right? So stuff like that happens. So I'm wondering, because obviously it's the exact same design, and why wouldn't We Are Memory Keepers sue them if that was the case, right? So I have a feeling they have some kind of thing going. So okay, that's the quilling kit. They have these, and they have it in 3 different colorways. So I just picked up these little baker's twine. I just thought they were too cute the way they're wrapped on a bobbin like that, or a clothespin. So I grabbed those. I grabbed this one. I think the other one might have blues and purples and some other color in it, but I like these colors, so I grabbed these. Just, I'm sure they're fine. Oh, I just grabbed some glue dots just because I wanted to. They did also have something that looked like a glue, like a skinny glue bottle to make your own glue dots. And I used to have, well, I still have some glue from a company that's now defunct. It was a Red Rubber Cafe, I want to say. And she would have this glue that you can use and just let it dry, and then it becomes glue dots if you want it to, right? Or just use it. So they do have something like that now at Walmart also, but I can't remember the name of the brand. But it did say like strong adhesive or something like that, but then it said repositionable, so I'm like, okay, what? And then it says make your own glue dots. So I don't know, but I guess it could be strong and repositionable. This one I just got permanent dots. They do have these like at the Dollar Tree. I was there and they were there, so I just grabbed them. But again, apparently I don't walk around Walmart too much. I really don't. I go there a handful of times a year, and then I had no idea this company existed, or this brand or line. So I did grab some of their dyes. Some of the other dyes are like 20 some odd dollars. 22 maybe for something similar to this, but maybe had like a tag dye, and I was like, I mean, these look like any old dyes you can pick up. So I think these were roughly 10 and 11, 10 or $12. I think these were 12 and these would have been 10, something like that. And so, you know, sentiments we love, so I grabbed those. Cute. We're gonna try them out. And then these little guys, that the other one that cost more money, it was like 20 or 22 bucks, was, it said like beginner card making kit basically. So like it had different shapes, that's all. These shapes look very familiar to other shapes I have, but I went ahead and grabbed it just to have it. And it shows you there, it works with their die cutting machine, and die cutting and embossing machine. And when I looked down, sure enough, they had that machine, and it was 80 bucks. And so I grabbed it to try it out. I don't see at the store that you can do like new plates. You can't really pick up like refill plates. I looked on their website and nothing. I don't know where you would get plates once these guys get worn out. So that is weird. Maybe they don't get worn out. I don't think that's the case. Plates wear out, you know, so that is kind of odd. So, and again, if this has been out, I don't know how long their die cutting stuff has been out, but you would think that they would have refill plates unless you get them from somewhere else. And then the A2 cards and envelopes, they have these in different colors. I just grabbed this craft because I'm always using card bases, and so I just grabbed the A2. I think they also have 5x7s in different colors. So just a couple things I want to show you. I do want to run these through like the marquee, just something regular, so if you see these and you want to try them out, we'll have an idea of how they work just in any other die cutting machine. But then we're going to open up this guy. So let me see again, like I said, if this will fit. It says 6-inch platform, grid line magnetic mat. That is literally all it says. When I was at the store, I opened it because I wanted to make sure everything was there, because since they are kind of open, like I opened it just to peek in there, right? So it's a little blue machine, one big chunk, it doesn't fold up or anything like that, and it has this mat, and that mat looks very familiar to me. So I used to have a Lifestyle Crafts, actually I still have it, I need to get rid of it, die cutting machine. That was more for letterpress. That's why I bought it, like a whole letterpress thing, you know, it was a whole system. They used to sell it like at Aaron Brothers for like super expensive, because like that's like a fancier store for like fine art and things. And that's where I would get my items for it, which was crazy. And the platform feels very much like that, and which then Lifestyle Crafts was sold, I think, to We Are Memory Keepers or American Crafts. Either way, it's under American Crafts now, because if it was We Are Memory Keepers, they have it. It's basically the Revolution machine kind of thing. So it's the same machine, similar plates, so very interesting, in my opinion. I had this sitting next to me while I was driving, and I thought my car was like, something was happening to my Tundra. I was like, what is that smell? This box smells like sulfur, and I don't know if it's the box or the machine, but I'm just letting you know because it was very obvious to me. I was like, what is happening? And then I started sniffing. I'm like, oh, it's this box. Weird. But anyway, so here we are. I don't know. It doesn't smell it too much anymore. Okay, so it's in here. I think I'm just gonna pull it out, guys. So right here you have your plate system. Obviously I'm gonna give you a different angle of that vantage point in just a minute. Let me bring that out. We have a handle, and maybe it's this thing. Yeah, I don't know, something in here smells funky. Okay, let's pull this guy out. So put this here. Put this over here. It's cute. Not super heavy, I wouldn't say. Look at that. I mean, it kind of fits in the view angle here. It's all one solid piece. You got their big old rollers in there, and this is very traditional to, like, you know, Cuttlebug, like it has those big areas you can just like look right in there. Platform feels like the kind of plastic, like if you drop this, this would shatter. Do you know what I'm saying? It's that kind of plastic that will definitely crack if there was an issue. So that is interesting. It's kind of open down here. Has some little rubber grips. So it looks like I'm gonna have to put the handle on, and hopefully I can get it off if in case I have to return this. I don't know. If it works well, it works well. If it doesn't, then it will go back. Let's see. Oh, do you think it'd have like a little something to cover the uglinesses? I don't think it will. Okay, well, let's put that to the side for 1 second. let's just leave that here because I haven't read anything yet, and I'm not gonna mess up anything on my own here. Die cutting and embossing machine. Hello, hobby. I didn't see dies that look like this on their website on walmart.com. I did see just, you know, the same ones I saw at the store, which were not that many. But let's check it out. It does say it works with any thin metal dies, right? Is that what it says? What's in the box? We have the thing, the platform magnetic mat with grid lines. I do like that this it comes with a magnetic mat. I mean, it is very interesting. It has a shim, or that's an embossing mat, but it feels just like a shim. That's cool. Okay, let's look at that in a second. Yeah, so we're putting the handle on, handle, washer, the little screw, and then obviously you're putting that on there. I did not see any embossing folders that they sold there, that they sell online. They're just like, if you have an embossing folder from another brand, throw it in here. Okay, so it doesn't look like they make any, but it says, depending on the thickness of your cardstock, place 1 to 2 pieces into the embossing folder, load the sandwich into the Hello Hobby die cutting and embossing machine, and crank the handle. So easy enough. So it's the platform, the embossing mat, which is that skinnier one that looks like a shim. Your embossing folder, obviously with the paper or vellum inside, it says, and then a top plate. And then your cutting sandwich is the top plate, your die facing down into the paper, the magnetic mat, and then the platform. So they definitely want you to cut into the magnetic mat. And I do recall something like that with my lifestyle machine. I never really used it that much because it was not great. So, I don't know. And it was really heavy. I remember that about that machine. This one's not that heavy. And then cautions, you know, making sure that everything's in the correct order, yada yada. What's interesting is, like, why don't we have refills? We're gonna need them. All right, well, let's get the handle on. Let's look at these real quick. This is a platform, and it has a metal on it, which is very interesting. Again, this right here feels very much like the Lifestyle Crafts plates I had a long time ago. I don't remember the Evolution. I only have the mini one, and I don't remember what it feels like because I haven't used it in a long time, but was it like this? I don't remember. Magnetic mat, which is interesting. It's a huge magnet. Now, having mentioned that we have a magnetic mat, let's take a look. I don't even know where I haven't used the Empress in so long. The plates are like buried. Hold on. Let me pull. So funny. I need to use it more often, but let's see. As you can see, these are my Empress plates that have been cut into before. It's too wide. Okay, so it doesn't fit for that. Anyway, I was going to compare if you're trying to use like the Dollar Tree embossing cutting mats. I know I have one around here somewhere. Oh, I have one right here. Well, actually, this is from Daiso. I'm not going to do that because the Daiso one, not everybody has a Daiso around them. Anyway, it'll stick to that. There you go. And then you have your embossing mat, which is a shim that feels really nice. I don't know why I like the way this feels. It's like thick. And then the plate. Now, they're saying not to cut into this, right? So I assume maybe that's why they don't have refills, but they gotta have, like, at some point this is gonna get destroyed. We will see. Okay, well, let's start with putting our handle on. It's important. I'm gonna grab just a regular embossing folder, like, I don't know, a diamond press one, or, ooh, let's see, how about this one? Oh, let's use this one. I'll talk about the size of the magnet mat, or the mat itself. All the mats fit edge to edge, which is really nice. It drives me nuts sometimes when you get a machine where it's like, why is the thing smaller than the machine? Like, they should give you the most cutting area, right? So we're gonna put that guy in there and just pop it right there. And we'll use our little tool. Just screw that on. But yeah, there is no like cute little bit to help you make this look nice on the outside. I know with like the spellbinders I had to put my handle on, but it comes with like a cute little rubber thing that pops in there. This one does not. Oh. Alright. But for 80 bucks, I mean, if it works, that's great. I have the Texture Boutique from Sizzix that I got a long time ago on clearance. I think I even bought one for my friend at the time that I used to take with me to scrapbook expos. My friend Stephanie, and a friend from college. And I got her one too because she, just for the embossing, she thought it was fun, you know. But oh, it's very tight. Now it feels a little bit looser. That's cool. Okay. And she just thought it was so cute because it looks like a purse. And I see that they still have it. They even have it on Walmart site for like $100 and some odd. I'm like, why? All that one does is emboss. So, all right, let's turn this way. Let's do an embossing. So this is a 6-inch mat. This plate system Well, I'll take it back a little bit. This is a little shorter than the actual plates. Everything else goes to the edges. I don't know why this topper piece is like a 1/4 inch smaller. So I will take that back. 6 inches exactly across, and then from the top to bottom it is 9 inches. Okay, so 6 by 9, and that's typical, right? Isn't that Cuttlebug sizes? I don't know. Obviously our defunct Cuttlebug isn't something we need to bring back up. Okay, this is literally not the thickest piece of paper. I just grabbed it because it's here. So let me grab this. I'm gonna trim a piece of this paper off. Here we go. Again, it's not super thick paper, and like they said, you might need to use 1 or 2 pieces of paper. I tell you the same thing with the marquee when you're using like a basic embossing folder. It's possible that you need to add an extra shim piece of paper. And I already forgot what the sandwich was. I know it involves the embossing thing. Okay, it's a platform, obviously with the metal is embedded, so that's one thing. The embossing mat, then this, and then the top plate. All right, got it. I'm gonna bring it in this side, obviously. So this guy, the embossing mat, my folder that is from I think Crafter's Companion, and then the top plate. And let's try it out. And if it doesn't feel like it's giving me a lot of pushback, I'll probably need to add another piece of paper, but do you hear that? It's kind of going it's the handle. Let's see what that looks like. I feel like it gave me some good tension, so yeah. Interesting. Look how pretty. I mean, that is perfect. For a regular 2D embossing folder, that looks really good. Okay, so that was a Crafter's Companion one. Let's try, ooh, I don't know if these are too wide. Let me see. This is 3D embossing. I will try 3D embossing one just for curiosity, but not yet. What do we have? Okay, this is a Spellbinders embossing folder. That is, again, they're like 5 3/4, so that's fine. I have a piece of paper here. Another white piece of paper that's already cut down for me. This is heavyweight paper from, I think, Hobby Lobby. But let me bring this all the way up to the top and then down here, and we will run this guy through. Now again, this is a regular 2D, so platform, embossing mat, this guy, I'm gonna bring it back just a little bit, just to give it some room to start going, and then the top plate again. Now again, different company. The folders already feel thicker anyway. Like right now, this is really not wanting to go through. It's like, nope. Let me see. Let me try to push it from this side. Come on. No? It does not want to enter. Okay. So let's remove that little plastic shim, okay? So right now it's just the platform and the top plate along with the folder. And let's see if that's any better. Oh, that is better. That is very interesting. Again, you know, not all embossing folders are made equal, and the Spellbinders ones are amazing, so they are thicker just to begin with anyway. So with that one, yep, it worked really well, but I had to not use the embossing sandwich that they recommended, right? Let me go turn off my dryer. I'll be right back. Try to adjust the lighting also while I was gone. I don't know if it's going to work because it's very white and silver and all that stuff that makes my camera freak out, but that's really nice. Okay. 3D embossing folder, should I dare? It's kind of scary. I think it's going to have to be maybe let's do the platform and then just the plate and then maybe the embossing mat. Let me try that without anything else. And I mean, that means this guy's just there. I'm putting the embossing mat down at the bottom because it's kind of floppy and I don't want it to. Oh, that's too skinny. Oh my gosh. The other one really gave me a lot of tension already. Let me see, what else can I do? The magnetic mat. I'm trying to see if this magnetic mat is about the same thickness as this guy. I don't know if this is gonna work, guys. I want to say the magnetic mat might be a little bit thinner. Like just a little bit. It's hard to tell because this is beveled. Okay, let's try it. Let's try it just like we did the 2D. So just the platform, this with some paper, and this is just some, I don't know, Park Lane paper I got at Joann not too long ago. It's not the thickest paper in the world, but it's okay. Let's see. Just pop that guy in there. And embossing mat. What? Is that what I did last time? Oh, that's what I did, and it was just going through real easy, right? Let me see. Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. Okay. Top plate. We'll see. It might be too tight. Yeah, already doesn't want to go through, just, nope, does not want to go through. Okay, so that might not work for us at all. Let me try with the magnetic mat, which is kind of weird, but no, not working. Okay, so let's say not 3D embossing foil, at least not this one. And I mean, I have other plates, like if I came over here and I'm looking at my, like let's say, this might be thinner, let me see. That's just a Spellbinder's plate. Maybe not the best idea. Nope, doesn't want to go through either. Huh, all right, well, I tried. What are we gonna do? Put this over here. Oh, hold on. I have this one from Crafter's Companion. It's just like a plastic plate that, that's not enough tension. Yeah, it went through too easily. So that's probably not enough, but let's see what we got. Well, got something. So maybe that plastic, oh, I hate to fold this back, but what about this from Crafter's Companion and the embossing mat from this company? I know we're going way off the rails now, because if you don't have, well, if you have a Gemini, then what's the point, right? You already have a machine. Let's go the other way. That you can use. Okay, let's try it. That feels better. It feels like maybe even too much tension. Pressure, should I say. Yeah, a little too much. Kind of broke the paper, but as you can see, you can kind of play around with it. I think if I was to use this again, it would be this Gemini plastic plate plus maybe one of my Spellbinder shims, those little thin plasticky shims. That would be good. Okay, let's get to cutting. It says magnetic mat, so I'm just gonna pop that on there right now. What I'm gonna do real quick though is just get the dies that I bought from this company or this brand, and cut them like on the marquee. So let me put this to the side for now, and then we'll do that. This thing's not getting damaged, but it's not, you know, I mean, it's getting a little, some kind of burring, you know, in there. Interesting. Okay, I'll be right back. Cut some stuff. So, if I open this guy up, oh, you definitely have to rip this open if you're gonna open it. You know, Walmart returns things, but I don't like taking things back when they're completely open. This I won't return, because obviously they're dies. I'm sure they're fine. Let's see here. But you do have to like completely open it. There's no little top. Cute. Let's see. Let's find a fun shape. They feel pretty sturdy. I mean, it's a die. I'll run this guy through. Why not? And just gonna run through the marquee. So again, these are just dies from that brand, if you happen to see them. What I'm trying to say is they weren't that inexpensive, right? So I don't know. If you want to go with a company that you know of, there you go. It cut really nicely, nice and basic. Cool. All right. Well, I mean, that worked fine. So now let's try it in their machine, right? So let me put these things back, and I don't know. Let's use like this one. They don't have any intricate dies, I will tell you. I didn't see anything I thought, oh, that's like super fancy. No, it's super basic, and that's what they have. Just trying to get a piece of paper to cut. Oh my goodness. Easier said than done, apparently. Okay, how about this blue piece? All right. Okay, very interesting. Remember they said to cut into your magnetic mat, and this is the top part. So I'm just gonna build my sandwich here so you see it, and then we'll run it through. But I just want to double check and make sure that that's what it says. Yep. Platform, magnetic mat, paper face, you know, the die facing into it, and then your top plate. Very similar to that Lifestyle Crafts one. So just that, how magnetic it is, not super magnetic. I think if anything it's magnetic to the metal base, but it's not really helping with the die. Okay, so let's run that guy through. It feels like no pressure, so it's really easy to run through. And there you go. Honestly, if the Lifestyle one works in this, I'll probably just bring those and then get rid of the machine. I think I broke the handle anyway. So, but there you go. Looks good. Okay. How about some of these words over here? Sorry. And then I'm going to try like a diamond press one, and then maybe like an Anna Griffin one. Just go from, you know, basic to like intricate and see how we do, because I have a feeling that's where we also get hung up, right? Just like with the 3D embossing folder, not quite working with the, you know, with the setup that they give you. Although we did make it work, kind of. Didn't get completely shredded, obviously stuff is there. Let's go back this one. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, did kind of grind in there, but I should probably use something else to help me pick it up, but it's really cute. As far as the die set, I love it. That's cute. Okay, next up, let's try something. Let's say something diamond press. I just have these guys I always have in front of me, so let's just do something like this guy. Oh, let's use this. This is just some cheap thing I found on Amazon, but it has some intricacy to it, and then we'll go with something else. All right. Let's do this one on this side. So this is some nice paper, diamond press. Does this fit this way? No. Okay, let's go that way. I was gonna try to conserve my paper a little bit if I could. Let's go that way, and I'll just run it through by itself. I was gonna put the other die also. Let's just go. It feels like nothing's happening, so I always like that, because obviously it's not giving you like a resistance, so it's not like I'm getting tired of cranking this, you know. There you go. It even has a little bit of embossing on the edge from the die. Not bad. Okay. Now let's try this kind of basic but a little more intricate one. Does it fit on here? Ooh, hold on. Just barely. Let's try it. And let's do it on the other side. I guess it'll have to be like here. Okay, so the magnet thing doesn't help super a lot, but it kind of helps right now. I wouldn't say if you turn it over and like right now it just moved. So you see I haven't been using any washi or anything like that, but it did move a little bit. Oh, okay, but I also just did one pass, and I don't know if passing it back through might help. You know what I'm saying? If it gets stuck in there, which I have a feeling I'll have to do with like the Anna Griffin ones. Okay, very well. So far, I mean, pretty good, right? For an $80 machine, it has 6x9 capacity. If you can mess around with the sandwich a little bit, it would be nice if they offered extra plates. I have not, like I said, I haven't seen them. There may be another machine out there that you can kind of adapt, because obviously this base thing is not an issue. It's just there. Look, pretty good. Okay, let's try, and I always go with these, I don't know why, whenever I'm like, let's try an Anna one, and it's always something like this border die set that I have next to me. I guess that's probably why. So I have this gorgeous thing, and I'm just gonna run it through this, guys, just because I have it here. So, you know, obviously I would do it differently. I was thinking about this more, but there we go. A little more holding on there. Let's pop this guy on here, and let's run it through. A little more resistance. The plate moved for some reason. I don't know if you saw that. So that's interesting. I didn't notice. There's room for the plate to go left and right a little bit. Like, this opening is bigger than this system. Look, I can put it all the way to the left, I can put it all the way to the right. It leaves like a 1/4 inch gap, and it kind of like smeared in there. So, okay, well, all right, well, let's see. It didn't really do the embossing, right? And the embossing plastic thing that it comes with has to do with your embossing folders, not embossing dies like this. Like, if I run it back through, that's not going to help, right? It needs to be nice and thick. So, I mean, that's cool. It's there. It didn't do the embossing so much. The die cutting itself is okay. Look at that. I mean, it did do some lines, right? I don't know if you can see them. So those are my first impressions of this machine. Again, like I mentioned, I would love to have refill plates. If you guys have seen them, leave it in the comments. If you have this machine, let me know what you're thinking about it. $80, and I'm, you know, again, I've had systems that are like this, and I'm pretty sure this is the same Lifestyle system, Lifestyle Crafts, that was, again, bought out by We Are Memory Keepers or American Crafts or however. But not bad. I mean, maybe, again, there's some other things like that Daiso mat I was talking about that you can kind of replace I mean, they're $1.50, they're $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. I will say, let's try it really quickly since we're here. I think it's thinner. I think it's smaller in profile than this guy, but let's just try it. Why not? Real quick. Let's put that on there. Again, the magnet is not there, so we're not gonna have a magnet to help us out. And I have a feeling it probably needs one more shim, which might be the embossing, but let's see how it feels just running it through. Yeah, I don't feel any pressure at all. Nope, nothing happened. All it did was kind of etch into there. Okay, I'll show it to you. And that's basically with like one of those Dollar Tree kind of mats. Let's bring back this guy. Ooh, that kind of scares me. What if this cuts all the way through, but I don't want to mess that mat up either. It shouldn't cut all the way through, so hopefully it'll be okay. Let's try it. No, that's a little more. That's working. I feel that's working for sure. And maybe that'll be our saving grace as far as getting replacement cutting plates, right? Oh, look at that. Less embossing, pretty much none, but it did cut. So hopefully if you have this machine and you're, having trouble finding replacements, that something like that will help you. Again, it's basically the same cutting mat that they have at the Dollar Tree, but I happened to pick that up at Daiso Japan. It cut. There you go. And that looks fine. All right, guys. Well, just another option. There's so many die cutting machines out in the market, and even on Walmart's site when I was looking this up to see about replacement mats, they're like showing these other weird little machines that are kind of like the same kind of thing you might find like on AliExpress or something like that, or maybe Amazon sometimes even has like these little cheap machines that I don't know who makes them and they're just there, but I guess they're becoming more popular. So thanks for watching, guys. As far as this thing getting cut up, it looks really good, doesn't it? Because I know whenever I cut into my Anna Griffin ones, I'm like, I'm never gonna do that again because it just looks really bad and it will start pilling up after a while, like pulling up. This is more like this, like a cutting mat. So a self-healing cutting mat. So it's not the same kind of issue you would have. So, all right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I will, see you all later. Bye now.